Hello, in this video, we are going to find the radius of this particular circle. So what is the value of the radius of this particular circle? Now, let's start by labeling our triangle. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. Now, we can also consider drawing a perpendicular line that moves from this point A and divides this particular line BC. So let's do that. That means we are going to draw a straight line from here and it cut across the center of this. Then it stops somewhere here. Now this point here is our point D. So this is our point D. Now the next step we are going to take is, if this length here, BC, is 6, then the line that divides this into two parts, that means each of these segments here will be 3 units. This is 3, and this is 3. Then from here, what we are going to do is to find this length AD, and we can indicate it with letter X. So to find this length AD, we are going to make use of Pythagoras theorem. And remember the Pythagoras theorem, this is where the angle is. This is a right angle triangle. So the hypotenuse here, the adjacent and the opposite, right? So the X that we are looking for here, this becomes our opposite. So let's apply the hypotenuse rule, which is we have AB squared equals the summation of the square of the adjacent, and in this case our adjacent is BD. We have BD power 2 plus the opposite, which is AD. We have AD power 2, and our AD is 5, so we have 5 squared equals BD. BD is 3, we have 3 power 2 plus AD. Our AD is X, so we have X power 2. So 5 squared is 25, we have 25 here, equals 3 squared is 9, so we have 9 here, plus X squared. So if you rearrange this, that means you have X squared plus 9 equals 25. So we are solving for X, so we move this over here. That means we have X squared equals 25 minus 9. And that means our X squared equals 16. And from here we can solve for X by taking the square root of both part. That means our X equals 4. So let's take note of that, and we can easily replace our X with 4. So let's quickly do that. Now the next step we are going to take is to extend this length AD to the circumference of the circle right here. So what we are going to do is just to extend this line right here. And remember that this line here becomes a straight line that divides this particular circle into two parts from BD to DC. So it divides the circle into 2 equal parts. Now it serves as the diameter, so we can easily have this as our point E. So this is point E right here. Now the length AE now acts as the diameter. So, but before we can actually make use of this diameter, we need to find this particular length DE, which is what? X. So from D to E here, we need to find this length X here. And once you can find this length there, and remember, this diameter must pass through the center of the circle. So the center of the circle is somewhere here. So it must pass through the center of the circle, right? So let's go ahead and find the length x. Now, to find this length, we are going to consider what we call the chord group. And this rule states that if you have this line here, if you have length BD times length DC, it will equal length AD times length DE. Meaning, since we have two chords here, BC, here is a chord, AE, here is a chord. Now, this segment here, multiplying this segment equals this segment here, multiplying this segment here. That means what we are going to have is BD times BC equals AD times DE. And from here, BD is 3 times DC is 3 equals AD is 4 times DE is X. 3 times 3 is 9 equals 4X. So to solve for X, or let's just rearrange, we have 4X equals 9. Then we isolate X by dividing this by 4 and dividing this by 4. This eliminates this, so our X equals 9 over 4. So this particular length here, DE, is 9 over 4. That means in ideal drawing, this triangle is supposed to push down up to this point because this length here is smaller than this length. So this is just a sketch, so don't actually mind the length. Normally, this triangle is supposed to come over here so that the length D is supposed to be shorter from the circumference to this other one length AD, but that is okay. So we have our X D over 4. Now, the next thing we are going to do is to apply this rule. Remember our AE, which is the diameter, let me write here, diameter equals length AE. That is our diameter. So for us to get the diameter, we need to add 4 plus 9 over 4. So once we do that, we divide the diameter by 2 to get the radius, as simple as that. So from here, we have length AE, that is the diameter, equals the 4 here. We have 4 plus the 9 over 4. We have 9 over 4. And this over 1, the LCM here is 4. 4 divides 1, 4. 4 times 4, we have 16. Plus 4 divides 4, 1. 1 times 9, we have 9. So we have AE here equals 16 plus 9. That is 25 divided by 4. Now this becomes the total length here, which is our diameter. That is 25 over 4. Now, if diameter equals 25 over 4, 25, this is 25, not 24. There is 25 there. Now, radius is what? Diameter over 2. So our radius will be 25 divided by 4 divided by 2. That will be our radius. Radius is diameter divided by 2. So from here, we have radius equals 25 divided by 4 times 1 over 2. So our radius equals 25 times 1, 25 divided by 4 times 2, we have 8. And 25 divided by 8 is 3.125. So our radius is 3.125. So what did you get? Did you get the 3.125? If you did, that means you are obviously we're correct. Now, there are many methods of solving this particular problem, but this is just one of the methods, and I believe you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you and goodbye.